Hi, this is Carolyn Pack with MyFrenchBulldogs.com, and I'm going to talk to you today about tube feeding. First, we want to weigh the pup. The pup should be fed every three hours when it's a newborn so that they don't develop the hypoglycemia. To calculate amount to feed, take the pup's weight in ounces and multiply it by 4. That'll give you your daily intake. Divide this amount into the feedings in cc's that you'll give out through the day. If the pup weighs 10 ounces, you'll feed 40 cc's all day long. 8 feedings a day would be every 3 hours, and you would feed 5 cc's every 3 hours. To see where we want to put the tube to make sure we put it in the proper place, you want it to go to the stomach. You don't want it to go any shorter or longer than that. So you see I'm putting the tube beside the puppies, and I take the tip down to the bottom rib, and the other end is at his mouth. I will mark where his mouth is at with a magic marker so that I can remember. It's a little tricky when it starts going down to keep up with exactly where that mark is, so it's better to mark it with a magic marker. And it also helps if he will start attempting to suck on the tube. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but when they do, it makes it a little easier going down. If he keeps a natural position of his head, it also helps the tube to go down a little more easily. If you start feeling resistance, pull out and go back again. You don't want to stab anything, and if it's going down easily, it's going to the right place. Very slowly inject exactly what you want to put into this puppy. In this case, if he weighed 10 ounces, we would be giving him 5 cc's 8 times a day or every 3 hours. You want to do it very slowly so that you don't blow milk to the stomach. Sometimes that'll make them blow it out the nose, or a little extra might come up at the mouth. There's a lot of times it'll come up through the mouth a little bit anyway. When you start to pull that tube up, the milk will follow. I usually dab off that little bit. If there's any coming out of the nose, then I want to suction it out, because you don't want anything in the airway for them to get down into their lungs. If you're feeding them the right amount slowly enough and putting the tube in the right place, it's not usually a problem, but sometimes you get one that's a little sick with something, or maybe you did feed it a little more than you should have this time, and just any number of reasons it could come out the nose, and then you're going to need to pull it out. You can buy those suction tubes at places that offer infant supplies, and it's just a nasal aspirator is what you would use. As you see right now, I'm bouncing the puppy in an attempt to get him to urinate and defecate. You want to do this every time you feed the puppy as well. The mother normally does this, so if you've got a mother that's able to do this, you can give the puppy to the mother and let her do this after you fed them if she's not feeding them herself. A lot of the times, though, when you're tube feeding, it's because you've just had a C-section and the mother is not able, due to the drugs of the C-section. She doesn't really know about the puppies yet, and she really doesn't want to take care of them, feeding them or cleaning them. I've had it happen every way. Sometimes you've got one that won't feed, but yet she'll take care of them, and sometimes the milk is not in yet because of the C-section or any number of other reasons. You see now this puppy has defecated a few times. I'm dabbing it to get it out and then transferring it over, getting it away from the pup so the pup stays a little cleaner. He urinated at the same time. The little gold spot you saw at first was the urination. Once you're comfortable that the pup has done all that he will do, then you can remove him and put him back into your holding area. Most of the time, if I've got a mother who's not doing anything, I will just simply put a heating pad in a basket of some form and have a nice comfortable temperature in there. You don't want it to be too hot. Puppies can get too hot, but you don't want them to get chilled either. A chilled pup can be a dead pup really quick. So depending on if how your mother's taking care of them or not, you may want to make a little holding zone, a little incubator if you will, and keep them in it. Another thing, when you've got more than one pup and they look so much identical like these do, you might want to mark the puppy itself so that you can keep up with who is who. Maybe fingernail polish on the paw, a different paw for each one to mark who is who, and keep it wrote down so you know if they're gaining weight or losing weight. And now I'm getting ready for the next puppy. Getting clean towels out. I use a new clean towel each time. Go visit our websites at myfrenchbulldogs.com and get great prices on pet advertising at petconnection.us. Thanks.